Hello everyone, welcome to podcast number 12. We got our good old buddies Raven, MPMG, YGT, our new member, Shadow Lego 7, and we have our guest JoeyKin and ShutUpBrick.
Hey everybody!
Hello.
12th podcast. We actually did this one a week after the first one. We're getting back in the schedule. We'll start off with our first topic under r/ultrahardcore discussion / announcements. The subreddit stats that Metal Guy _100 requested. So, let's talk about that.
It's really interesting.
Yeah, it's cool to look
How,
at.
how do people actually get these stats? Is there like a page they can go to, or do they have to like look at all of it manually?
I think this is it's like a bot thing. It has a request.
Yeah. Is it a Reddit thing or?
I think they have they can access the Reddit database or something like that. I don't know.
Oh, that's cool. Yeah, I
Yeah.
thought this was really interesting. It's really nice to just look at how far back this thing goes ever since it was created and see, who wins life and all that.
I was surprised to see that I was in the top 5 submitters in terms of points, and almost all my all the posts that are in my
phobias.
top 5 are all phobia stuff. So
Yeah.
And
that's
of
pretty
course, your
interesting.
guide to recorded rounds, which is also awesome. Great read.
Yeah, you guys should all
I'm
check
going-
that out.
I'm going through the actual subreddit itself, the r/subreddit _stats, and they've done stats on tons and tons of Reddits.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Next topic.
Yeah.
I was
that
also
one.
actually apparently number 5 in top comments as well.
Ooh.
Look at
I
me.
swear I've seen people get more points than that before though, so I don't really
Yeah.
I don't
yeah.
trust that.
Like didn't Tyler, he just said ambition and got 60 points or something.
He got
and gold.
yeah, he got
70
80 or
gold.
something. I don't know how that's not on the top there, but
Yeah.
I guess I don't know, it might be I don't know how it
And,
works.
and another thing that's sort of wrong with this thing is it only goes back to 999 submissions for some reason, but then it goes by the whole period that the UHC Reddit's been existing. So the comments per day and stuff is kind of messed up, the submissions per day and such, it's not accurate.
Yeah. Still pretty cool to see though.
Yeah, it's cool to see who's in the top submitters and whatnot, but
Yeah.
You'd think they'd be able to make it go past 999.
yeah, I don't know what's up with that.
Or what
It's
the
probably just too much
issue is.
effort.
Because at this point it says that there's only 1.24 submissions a day, which it's pretty obviously not correct.
Wrong.
Yeah.
I wonder if it's that way for all of them, or if it just made a mistake for this one.
I mean, I could look. I guess. Click on one of these.
Well, this one goes
No.
to 1,000, man.
Oh, wow.
Wow.
Yeah, I really don't know.
All better than us, I guess.
Big difference. Got some real accurate data there. What if r/ultrahardcore only has 999 submissions?
There are several hosts with hundreds of games, so I
True.
Yeah.
highly, highly doubt that.
Speaking of
Speaking of... Alright, fine.
UHC,
Segue.
read only PDF post discussion post. What is UHC about?
This post was really interesting to me,
Tower.
honestly. I think I really agree
Oh.
with Crimson's comment.
Yeah, Crimson made
Yeah,
a good comment.
Crimson's
He got
actually
gold
got
from this.
gold.
Yeah.
Which is weird because his comment shows up and yet some of the other people's don't on this
Yeah, I don't know.
subreddit stats thing.
Hmm.
Oh well.
But anyway,
Yeah, that comment's really good.
Crimson kind of talks about how UHC has become a lot more PvP oriented only, when it used to be sort of about a lot more about the environment and PvE and just having fun, strategies and whatnot. And a lot of people nowadays just want to sort of have these bow fights, flat plains, no walls, no
That's why you
strategy,
should
nothing.
watch Phobia.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
We were
I don't
talking
know.
about it before. The only time I really feel that kind of enjoyment in UHC anymore is recorded rounds, because everyone is actually taking it seriously and having fun with friends
I don't know
and
if I would
stuff.
go that far.
I don't know about seriously, but
Yeah, well,
it matters what happens.
More serious. Yeah, it
See,
matters
that's
what
what- that's-
happens.
That's why I like Phobia so much, because nowadays most of the UHC players that go on the subreddit, I'd say, have pretty much got to the point where they just don't even care about PvE anymore. And then
Yeah.
Phobia comes around and changes everything about the environment and just makes it a whole new game.
Yes.
Well, see, I
Yeah.
think
Love
the
that.
thing is that like a lot of people give a lot of credit for Phobia having a lot of unique game modes, but I think actually R&R did that first, didn't they? A lot of like the PvE game modes, or
R&R, I think
I
their
thi-
first season was the shopkeeper thing.
Yeah,
And
I
then
know
the
they had,
second they did mole. I don't think they really did any
yeah.
PvE.
Oh.
Wait, I don't
So
know what all the
regions wrong.
season. I think third
Yeah,
was
I
like
wouldn't know.
I don't
one
I
was,
don't
like,
know
extra
either
health.
of the-
I don't remember.
Yeah. The part I really agree with on Crimson's comment, at least, is he's like, we have all these rules and stuff to try to eradicate any strategic play, and he talks about disabling nether horses because they're not a traditional bullfight. I really agree with that. Don't disable nether.
Yeah.
The
Why
only-
can't we make it illegal to disable things? Why can't we do that?
No, I'm
Other than
okay with.
specifically stated in the scenario, you should not be allowed to disable.
Scenario,
That's-
no nether.
Yeah, no, seriously, no, that could be a scenario. I'd be cool
No,
with
it's
that.
it's basically the scenario I posted called Ultra Hardcore. It was pretty much getting rid of all these rules, and it got like 70 upvotes because
Yeah.
it was, allowing everything.
That's one of the top
I seriously don't understand why we don't just make it so that if you post an ultra hardcore game and label it as vanilla, it has to have everything on. Like you can't just
Yeah,
disable things.
I've kind of always agreed with that too.
And I
Yeah.
think that if you have, like, you can't just put vanilla plus. Like, I think you should actually have to state in the title
Chocolate.
what is, like, horses off, nether off, and then every game will look stupid because it's gonna be nether off, potions nerf, horses off, donkeys aren't allowed. You get water buckets to start with. You get a
And then-
book.
Yeah, so they
Start
have to
with
write this all in
500
the
iron.
title.
Yeah, and then they just look stupid.
Exactly. So it'll
Yeah.
discourage people from disabling things, and it'll work out in the
Why
end.
don't they just host a fucking PvP tourney? Why are PvP tourneys allowed to be
Yeah,
posted
I don't.
on the
I,
Reddit anyway?
I don't think PvP tournaments should be allowed to like take
I
up
like
spots
them.
on the match calendar.
I-
They don't. They really are not.
I like
UHC.
them, but why are they on the UHC subreddit?
They're
It
they're
really
cool and
is
all,
sad
but
when you look at all the match posts and just see how little vanilla games are out there.
it pains me to see all the triple Rs. It's the
People-
worst game mode
okay.
in existence.
It bothers
and
me that
it's-
hosts feel the need to put cut clean in addition to their vanilla game mode. It
Well, I
just
mean,
bothers me
flower power.
See,
Oh,
okay.
oh, that's actually worse than triple Rs.
Well, okay, no, flower power is
It's
decent
fun to play
when you,
once, but
when you
then
want to
you're done.
play a
Yeah.
game. Ultra soft course not bad, but if I saw like one, well, maybe even I could probably push it to like one game a day because not everyone's gonna play that game where it's like a USC game, ultra soft core, but like multiple per day just kind of like ruins everything. Like I can't tower in games anymore because someone's already towering. It's depressing.
Tower next to them, Raven.
No one ever
You
made
did
it
say
through
that.
even. You should
No,
do that.
that's not how it works. You have to be a 00150. That
Actually,
0 Y
200
150,
is
it's just how-
preferred because 200, the correct air velocity of arrows won't make it all the way up to you, unlike 150 or even.
What- 150.
You know
Maybe
you
we
can't
should-
you can't truly tower at 0-0 because 0-0 is the corner of war blocks.
Yep.
Anyway, one more comment about like the topic we were on before this, or the PvP topic. A lot of people talk about how stalking should be disallowed or things like that, but then when you think about stalking, it's like nowadays people, if stalking is allowed or if PvP is allowed from the beginning, nowadays people they want that PvP, so they'll make stone swords and just go hunting from the beginning.
Wait, have you guys seen my video from one of Odyssey's games earlier this year?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
I feel the need to talk about this because I always talk about it because it makes me depressed. So so this game he hosted, it was vanilla teams of 2. I think almost everything was on, and PvP and stalking was enabled from the start. Okay, so from the time that we unfroze to the time I got killed was 52 seconds. I was killed with a wooden sword.
Yeah, see, that's the thing I'm talking about. Like,
I just don't think it's possible to do
Yeah.
certain things anymore.
and people talk about how back in the old days PvP was allowed from the beginning. Well, first of all, there were much smaller games. Second of
Yes.
all,
Yeah.
they were much more cherished because you didn't get them as often, and so you can't be like, oh, I'm just gonna YOLO this game and then play a game
Also,
in like 5
The
minutes.
And the
map
thing
size, the map size has continued to never change for like
Yes.
the last 9 months, even though games have
Exactly.
gotten like 4
Yeah.
times as big. That is a serious problem.
That's an
people.
issue.
It seems
Yeah, I
like
mean-
people just
I was-
don't care if they lose like 7 hearts fighting someone, and
Yeah.
it gives them nothing.
I
That's
got a
the
kill.
problem with having so many UHCs every day is that it's so easy not to take it seriously, and it's so easy to like ruin other people's games who are trying to take it seriously because you're not. That's kind of the issue that comes with having all these games.
Which is another reason I like recorded rounds. It gives you a reason
Yeah.
to take it seriously.
Yeah.
But then again, if you're in like 5 recorded rounds, sometimes you don't take it seriously.
Yeah.
Okay. I think
I've never done that.
Sure. I can count on 2 hands the amount of recorded rounds you've been in, Raven. But I'm not going to because I can't remember.
can't
I've
remember all the
always
500
taken
names.
every game of Ucha Sachucha seriously. I promise.
You promise, Raven?
No.
Tucha. Okay.
Alright,
Speaking of
this conversation needs to stop.
We're getting a really great segue here.
Oh yeah.
Speaking of needing to stop,
Oh,
Oh my god, that was actually pretty good. I'll give you that one.
It took you a little bit,
That was
Raven.
probably the best segue we've had so far.
Are you kidding me? I just did that.
our next post is about needing to stop something. It's about sending screamers and porn links and stuff on
Yeah, don't do
TeamSpeak.
that.
I'll complain about one of those, but I won't complain about the other.
Okay. Thirsty.
I think
No,
Yeah,
in all
I-
seriousness, the screamers thing, you'll get banned from TS.
Don't do
yeah,
that.
that should continue. I've been very afraid of screamers ever since I was little because my dad thought it would be hilarious to show me one once when I was like 7.
Just evil.
Yeah,
See,
Dude, I used to look up screamers so I could look at them and be like, oh, cool.
Okay,
I always look at screamers and then like I just sit there and see how long I can last before I have to actually stop and like take out my
Raven, have I shown you the colorblind test?
yes.
Oh.
For you.
oh gosh.
Okay,
I will fall backwards
I
on my chair.
I swear I have a legit phobia of
Oh, the
clicking a link and
colorblind
there
one.
being a screamer.
Phobia?
Phobia season 5, am I right?
No, let's not go all the way
Screamer
down the
phobia?
dock.
Have a mod that just like does a screamer every few minutes.
That's
We
pretty
changed grass so that grass turns into a raven's face every 5 seconds.
That's okay. Alright, well, yeah, I agree with this, but I think these already result in TeamSpeak bans.
Yeah.
Yeah, they-
I
Yeah,
think-
just
But see, the thing is I don't understand why people are complaining because, like, I've only had to ban like 4 people for screamers, and that's between like a few mods. So like within 3 months, like 20 or so people have been banned for linking screamers. I think. I don't see how like that's enough to make a whole post about it.
Raven, you
Well,
never
I-
go on our social.
Yeah.
I'll try to quit TeamSpeak anyway.
I just don't like the feeling of not knowing if you're going to get like scared the crap out of you whenever you click a link. But I mean,
The other
sometimes
thing
you
is
don't have
that-
to worry about it if it's like.
See, the other
anger.
thing that like is always
Yes.
weird is that when someone sends me a report of someone sending a screamer, I have to actually click the screamer to verify because I mean they could have just been sending something, and then I was just like, oh well, let's ban him for a screamer. Why not?
I will go to extreme lengths to find out if a link is a screamer or not. Like I will Google whatever the website is. I will do all these things just to make sure it's not a screamer.
Hey
It's
Joey, go to
google.com.
Send them to me, I'll
Screamer.
click on 'em.
www.com. That's a screamer.
My friend sent me a link last night called scaryforkids.com/red.game. And I'm like, yeah, no thanks.
Nah, man, it was a totally legit site. I promise.
Yeah, I think it was because my other friends started playing it as well, and they were trying to find the red dot, but they couldn't.
I like the links that you
Speaking
go to
of
where
red-
you think it's going to be a screamer, but it isn't a screamer until you do something.
I think my favorite one is the ditto that dances.
That's a good
It's
one.
not even a screamer.
I
That's a
know
good
that's
one.
the point. I
It's
just like
loud
when
as
people
fuck,
link it
though.
and I see
Yeah,
it.
it's extremely loud.
I have my Google Chrome turned down by default, kiddos.
Yeah,
Streamers.
me too.
Yeah, I have it turned down like enough so that that doesn't even hurt, and I have YouTube turned all the way up. So, kiddos.
You can like
Kiddos.
you can assign a web page to be louder than other web pages.
Can't
Well, no,
yeah,
it's just
yeah,
like
how do you do that?
no,
Can't
no.
teach
Like
me.
YouTube's volume on videos, I changed. That's just up all the way for most of them, or like it's up quite a bit of ways. And then Google Chrome default is just like the 1 out of 100.
I wish I could. Oh, never mind. This is a discussion for some other time. We've been off topic for way too long.
Speaking of off topic.
Oh man, this isn't off topic at all.
No, this is
The next post is about redoing in games, hosts redoing in random teams games, and how it's a pressing issue.
And slash or other things like moles or anything, redoing moles.
Yeah.
I think
Out
it's
of curiosity,
man, I
what would you
can't
guys
stand people.
what would you guys think if a host redid until he got a good team? Would that be UBLable?
I'm still not sure I agree with hosts being
No.
like UBL'd for abusing op powers. I
Yeah,
think they
that's-
should
I'm
just
not
be banned
sure.
from
I
hosting.
think they
Get
should just
banned,
not be
yeah.
allowed to host. But
Yeah.
yeah.
But I see the other thing that goes with that is that, I mean, they don't necessarily have to be the host to be able to be an op on a server.
Yeah, and that's kind of the
And
problem
you can
there.
easily just not be ever like known as an op on a server, like just don't have your name colored and stuff like that. People will probably never even check. 'Cause
Okay.
there'd
now-
be so many bans like that, and no one would care.
Okay, now if a host though is allowing his op to redo like moles over and over again until he's mole, does that server
Well,
host really deserve
I think
to
that's
host
different
anyway?
than teams though, because the game hasn't started when you're redoing teams, but the game has started when you're doing moles.
I don't think you should ever.
I
redo
believe
teams.
the way it is currently, I'm not sure. No, I'm not actually sure if this is currently, but at one point, if you're in an open PvP arena and you force field while it's in the pregame, I think you can get banned for that, but I don't know.
Yeah, anything
Yeah.
pre-game you can get
Yeah,
banned for.
And that would be pretty.
I'm just saying that there's less of an extent to go and ban a host for doing
I really
that
think
if it
our
was
goal
before.
just shouldn't be to be banning people.
You know what I hate is when
I say we get rid of the UBL and turn to like some other form of UHC.
How about
Actually,
we
say
just
we
go to
delete
people's
the
houses
subreddit.
and call them
Joey, you could almost do
buttholes?
it. Think about it. You're one mod away from being able to delete the subreddit.
I'm not gonna delete the
Do it, no
subreddit.
balls, no
Delete
balls,
You
no
actually
balls.
can't delete a subreddit. Also, it's not possible. I looked it up yesterday.
Okay, so what actually did happen to the hosting committee? Because I
It-
missed.
I
it
don't
failed
know.
As far as I know.
It
I think that the approach that they took just wasn't right. Like
I
the
think
whole
the
like
hosting
karma
committee
points for the host. I don't think that's.
In general,
I think
just
all
wasn't
we
needed.
need is to make sure hosts aren't abusing things. Like you don't need to rate a host
I
on a
mean, you
scale
can
of
just
like
you
1 to
could
10.
just direct the op abuse to the UBL committee, but instead of voting for a UBL sentence, just vote for a banning. Hosting
host ban.
sentence.
Yeah, I mean that seems like that would work.
Actually, I'm gonna suggest that right now.
I feel like that would work just fine, honestly. The problem is like if they have like multiple ops that host on that server, it becomes
yeah.
complicated.
If they're leaving that person as an
I mean,
op, they really
really-
don't deserve the host.
Really, this whole redoing issue is just a bigger or
Just the
a,
community
a
going
smaller
soft.
way of saying that bad hosts shouldn't be hosting.
Yeah, it's not something that we know how we should like fix this problem. It's just something people are doing, and it's bad. But
So, there's always gonna be a problem. Also, just something will come up,
Yeah,
or
what can
someone
we
will
do?
complain
Yeah.
about something.
You know what I hate is when in
You know what I
certain-
hate, JoeyKin.
Okay.
True fact.
Oh.
2020.
I hate Raven
We'll
too,
get to that
so it's
later.
alright.
I was
That's
just
nice,
going
Raven.
through the segue, man. You said, "Hey," I said,
That's nice, Raven.
Speak.
That's nice, Raven.
Anyway,
I'll let you and Raven teams.
oh. Okay,
speaking of
what was I
TeamSpeak,
saying? No, not yet, not yet, not yet. I have to say
all
something.
right.
What I hate is when there are some recorded rounds where people have to redo over and over again when certain people are together because they don't get along. I
I've
mean,
never seen that happen. Actually, I've never been a
Ambition
part of
Oh,
it.
season
really, Raven?
Well, season
Raven.
1, but I don't think that counts, does it?
season one of what?
Because it was season 1. No
I've
one
seen it
watched.
happen.
But yeah, I mean, you should do what Brick says and don't make a recorded round if the players don't like each other.
Yeah, that's always an issue.
Recorded.
See, I
role
think
play
it's
is
almost
2012.
impossible because I mean, people can dislike you without you knowing, or like, I don't know.
Yeah.
Well,
I'm just
think
gonna
you
say
just-
the word TeamSpeak so that we have a segue.
TeamSpeak,
TeamSpeak.
Speaking of TeamSpeak,
elitism.
Today there was the open mic night number 2. Was anyone there besides me?
I was there.
It's not.
I was
I
there for a good amount.
wasn't.
I have to say I sang like 4 times.
I told the story
was-
about the wasp and the.
Oh, you told that story?
Yes, I did
It
tell
was
that
God, I
story.
love
that.
That was the most
Someone-
amazing story.
Someone explain this to me. Is everybody just talking?
It's no, they people.
no,
There's like
no,
one
it-
group, like moderator group, and then they like let people. There's like a. Everyone has like default mic muted, and then They give
Yeah.
people talk power when they're gonna do something. Like they'll tell a story like me. They'll do like a comedy.
I told a
act,
story like the first
yeah.
one. That was really fun. I got
Which-
quite a bit of laughs.
Okay, first, I actually opened Mike Night off with a song, and then I did a duet with Shadow Apples, and then I did a duet with Caveman, and then I did a solo again. So I had a pretty good day.
Busy, busy.
Okay, the only thing that bothered me about open mic night was no racist jokes. Are you supposed to do jokes?
They still said them anyway.
Yeah.
Did anybody record it and upload it? Because I feel like that would be interesting.
not.
I know a
Totally.
lot of people recorded segments, but I don't know
Yeah.
if anyone recorded the whole thing.
I'd like to see it uploaded. Because I was not there, so I missed out.
Alright.
So that was pretty cool.
Speaking
hopefully
of
there'll be
not
another
cool,
one.
We're
Wow.
talking about
I was
JoeyKin again.
I'm gonna grab a snack really quick.
I was
going
gonna
to
say, speaking of missing out, but I wasn't sure.
Oh.
Okay,
Oh.
serious time, guys, though.
alright, so are we going with this?
Yeah.
Who wants to start it?
I guess I'll start. No, never mind, I
Alright.
won't.
Oh, alright, someone take the lead, guys.
Take the wheel.
Hey, Jesus.
So we are
Jesus,
going to be
take-
moving on to our courtroom discussion of the
No,
podcast.
you liar.
You lie. Look behind
I'm-
the courtroom. Okay, we're gonna be
Oh.
talking about
Oh
a
wait,
pressing
yeah,
issue that
I
seems to be with the
completely.
community, which happens to be depression and like suicidal thoughts and whatnot. And we want to kind of have a discussion on this because it's relevant for reasons currently, and we want to discuss it, talk about it a little bit. So
It's
Anyone
really seemed like a huge issue lately because so many people are just getting it now. And it really just seems like a virus at this point because so many people are just getting depressed and talking about it. And I know, at least for me, I've had to have discussions about depression with a lot of people in this past week. And Caesar Octavius was actually thinking and greatly considering suicide, and I think, based on what Commander Clear said, that he actually failed, and they're talking things through with them. But
good.
yeah, I'm really glad he's okay.
No, it's not good, but it's it's
And
the
it's
better
not
of the
just-
two.
It's not just him. There's a lot of people that are really depressed at this time.
A lot of people going through things. It's kind of, I wish we could do something about it, and maybe we can. I don't know. People have tried to make these groups before, support groups or whatever, but it hasn't really worked. And I don't know how it really would work, but I don't know. If we could figure out something like that, that would be pretty interesting if we could actually get it to be successful, but I don't really have any ideas right now. Anybody else does? But
Yeah, I know people in real life who have gone through stuff, and yeah, it's hard. It's a hard thing to go through and deal with. I'm not an expert on any of the stuff, and it was kind of, I don't know what I'm saying. Someone else talk,
No.
please.
I've been there, but I'm not sure there's much that I want to discuss about it, like me personally. But I guess I know how it feels, and I wish. I guess the hardest thing about it is even though you know how it feels, you can't really. It's hard to help other
Yeah.
people, like because everyone goes through it slightly differently, and everyone's sort of tired of hearing the same things over and over again. And it's a terrible thing, honestly.
I think when you're going through depression, it's much harder to listen to what people say.
Yeah, it's just sort of in one ear and out the other because they hear sort of the same statements over and over again, and they know that what they're feeling is bad, and they want to be happy. They want to take this advice that they're getting from people, but it's just so difficult.
Yep.
But yeah, I guess I don't know if we could do anything about it, but if we could, that'd be great. If anyone out there has any good ideas for something, that'd be interesting.
I think we should probably do a moment of silence for all the people going through it right now.
That sounds
Yes.
fine. Sure.
All right.
Okay.
beautiful.
I don't actually know how to play the ukulele.
All right.
Speaking of ukulele, what's this Google Calendar business?
Actually, I do not know. What is this business?
I mentioned to Raven how every single podcast he talked about the Google Calendar that I used to do.
It's a great.
Oh, I remember that calendar.
It's a great calendar. I still.
Good
Joey,
luck doing that nowadays.
Can you please do that, Joey? I need to use it. I don't like Galden's Slocks or Odyssey's calendars. I really need a way to play Uchas.
See, every single day I would wake up and I'd get ready for school and everything. Then before I went, I'd turn on my computer and I'd go through all these match posts, adding them to the Google Calendar. And any new hosts, I would get their IP and put it on the server IP list. And I would only just be done and get to school on time. And then at school, during lunchtime, I would go on the school computers to then update the more matches that had been posted onto the Google Calendar.
Jeez, Joey.
Okay, so there's something really weird going on with my computer, in that my system time is the right time, and yet when I go to any UHC calendar, it's like an hour off, and I hate it.
Oh my god, they use that to me too.
I need to talk to tech support.
Did you try unplugging it and replugging it?
Yes, I even tried smashing it with a hammer.
You should try restarting your router.
Here's what I do. I take a bowl, I take my shoulder, I rub my shoulder all around the bowl, I get the shoulder juices coming out of there, and then I pour it into my computer.
Shoulder juices?
Yeah, my shoulder juices.
Shoulder what?
What color are those, MP?
Alright.
The color of the shoulder juices?
Mm-hmm.
It's like orangish.
Oh, okay.
Speaking of shoulder juices, why do we hate JoeyKin?
He's not a nice guy.
I hate JoeyKin.
That's nice,
because
JoeyKin.
I'm not in AP yet.
Aww.
I'll talk about later why I hate JoeyKin. It'll be discussed later.
For reasons unknown.
I have one really big reason as to why I hate Raven.
What?
I have lots of little ones.
Oh, because he wouldn't shut up. Ambition season
That's nice,
1.
Raven. That's nice, Raven. That's nice, Raven. That's nice, Raven.
God,
That's nice, Raven.
you
That's
kiddos.
nice, Raven.
I'm
That's
kicking
nice,
you
Raven.
off from the
That's
boot
nice,
cast.
Raven. That's nice, Raven. That's nice, Raven.
Everything's falling apart.
I'm kicking
Okay,
you
and
off
speaking
from...
of... Let's move on to courtroom discussion.
Rick, I'm kicking you from phobia.
Let's move on
like
to
to-
courtroom discussion. There was a controversial case, Xanafy's case of harassment. Who wants to talk about this thing?
Raven
I would
does.
like to explain myself, segueing to the courtroom discussion before the general discussion, because I have my tabs all set out on the topics, and the next one was the courtroom, because I can't exactly open tabs for general discussion, so I apologize.
Good, you're good, man.
Should have just opened new tabs.
Okay, courtroom
Okay, that's-
discussion.
We make mistakes all the time.
Anyway,
Xanafy.
yeah, courtroom discussion.
This is currently a pending case, even though it's been up for 6 days. But he has currently 1 vote for no action, 1 vote for 3 months, 1 vote for abstain, another vote for 3 months, 3 months, 3 months, no action, 3 months, no action, no action, 3 months, no action. So it's about even. So,
I think everyone's a little what's the
Salty.
word? Divided on this, because okay, whatever, Raven. Everyone's really divided on this case because they're really wondering if it's enough that it's a one-time thing or not. You guys have opinions on that?
I'm very reluctant to talk about this case just because of personal reasons. So I wouldn't want to say anything that that's bad. But I've looked at the evidence, and I'm not really sure if this should be bannable or not, because we don't really have we don't have like a full picture of the whole situation, I guess.
I personally didn't vote because I didn't think he
you're a
should
bad
get
community.
off of it, but I didn't think he deserved 3 months on the UBL for it. I
can see that.
I
can
didn't
see
really
that,
know
honestly.
fully the guidelines of harassment right now. I'm still a little bit confused on that.
That's
me
another
too.
thing. That is another thing.
Um,
In this case, people have the choices: no action or 3 months.
That
And I think it's a really good idea to like lower that band, because I mean, even though it is his second offense, I don't think we really have the right to make it like 2 months greater because of something like that.
It's not his second harassment offense, is it?
It's his second UBL offense.
Yeah, I feel like the different offenses should be like say you get banned for X-ray. I feel like if you then like harass somebody, that shouldn't count as like a second offense. Cause
Well, here's the thing: do you really deserve to be a community if you've been just harassing and X-raying?
Well, that was in the past though. So
We still don't have a permaban guideline, which I want.
that's the old days. The old days you used to get banned permanently.
Yeah,
Those
I
were the
remember
scary
that.
days.
Indefinite.
How many people
Silly
did?
cow.
Quite a few, actually.
For anyone who X-rayed would just be indefinite ban.
I remember when
Oh,
TJ
man.
was the ultimate
Whoa.
X-ray catcher.
I guess that was the easiest way to do it back then, though, since we didn't have a UBL.
What were we supposed to do? Like weigh the options. Does he deserve 6 months or 2 months from this? That's what we do now.
Yeah.
Back when they didn't
Yeah.
have exactly a UBL committee, they had a group, I think, right? I don't really know how it went.
Yeah,
Had
there was a
r/slash
it's
UHC.
there was
Originally,
a
like,
group that
a
was
group of
basically the
trusted.
UBL committee, but it
Wasn't it
wasn't.
the hosting group
Yeah, it was
chat
mostly
thing?
It's just called
Yeah.
the UHC hosts.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember the Reddit.
Yeah.
I remember when Link was added to that.
Yeah, I remember
Yeah,
when I
I-
was at that.
When I hosted my few US games, they added me. I was like, oh, okay, thank you.
I never got added to it.
And then we turned into the courtroom to publicize everything. That was me and Walden that made the courtroom. It was actually mostly me, but yeah. Fun fact.
The,
Wow,
the
pretty sure,
thing that the thing that I thought
Next.
was interesting was that the format that they had on like the private r/UHC thing, which was the one that they used for like before they had the committee, was actually like almost identical templates to what they have there. It just they didn't have a report post
Yeah, it's pretty similar.
because it was just everyone voting. I don't know.
Yeah. But speaking of voting,
Oh yeah,
What?
Scotland tried to vote against the place, right?
What?
Freedom.
What?
oh,
What?
that's a
Freedom.
bit old news.
That's old news.
Yeah.
On
The answer was
What?
no.
So
It's
2014.
like 76% no or something like that. I don't remember the percent. Oh yeah. Anyway, then speaking of percents,
Game mode scenarios things.
Yeah.
Makes no
Those.
sense.
Golden Warrior.
Dude, Raven,
Which
I don't
MP
even-
made?
Okay, okay.
No.
Raven, do not even fucking
Go
try.
ahead.
Do not even fucking try.
Can we not do this again?
MP, you know I
Alright,
am better
please.
at creating scenarios.
power of music. All right. You place a jukebox down and play a
Hold
certain
on.
music disc.
Rick,
What?
I
what?
think I can handle this. Welcome to the power of music. If you place a jukebox down and play a certain music disc, everyone within 50 blocks will get a certain effect until the music disc ends. Someone takes it out of the jukebox or the player gets out of range. The effects: 13, weakness 1 and slowness 1, cat, speed 1, blocks, slowness 1, resistance 2, chirp, mining fatigue, and strength 1, far, jump boost 5, mall, jump boost 2, night vision 1, mellow high, slowness 2, style 3, absorption high, works once per player, strat, speed 1, strength 1, ward, nausea 1 and strength 1, 11, invisibility 1 and speed 1, and wait, night vision 1 and haste 3. All this will be found in dungeon chests, desert temples, villages, and desert. Wait, what? He said desert temples twice.
I like this game mode, except I think I should also increase the music this month.
It seems kind of silly to me.
I think it sounds
probably
fun.
want to play
It
it.
is
That's
fun.
actually
It's
very
fun.
cool. No, it's got like everything. It's got the jukebox costs 1 diamond. It's got the you put the different discs for different effects in certain
I mean,
areas. It's
it's-
strategic.
It's
I
not
think
really.
It costs a
Wouldn't like
Ah.
if you towered, wouldn't you be OP because you like place down jukeboxes everywhere and like get all the effects? Or no.
I think I'd like it
Yeah.
better.
I mean, yeah, towering would work finally.
You'd have to get all those discs though. That might be
Hey,
difficult.
I have gotten like 6 in one game before. Don't judge me or
Hey,
try.
I think I'd like it better if you
Judging
could
Raven.
get them
I judge JoeyKin because he's bad.
from
Well, you
different.
judge JoeyKin because you hate him.
Correct.
Is that why you hate JoeyKin?
Yeah, get off my podcast, JoeyKin.
Raven
Oh,
1v1
I
me.
judge Raven because he died in Ambition Season 1.
True
That
fact.
was not my fault. That
Yes, it
was
was.
Miles. He was laggy.
Okay. Can you just be like?
Alright.
Seriously, he was laggy. It's not
It's
fair.
not my fault that died in Ambition Season 3. It was mischievous. He tried to kill me.
I mean, I guess.
Okay, let's go back to the music disc thing.
Okay.
Do we really want to?
Yeah, it's not terrible, but
I like it.
I want to play
You
it.
get MPMG's stamp.
Speaking
I mean,
of terrible,
It's not the kind of game mode you would just.
I
It's
didn't
not
mean
the
that.
wow. It's not the kind of game mode you would just like have as a just one game mode in a game. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Kind of need to be mixed with something. I think like
Why the
Sky High.
Why do we have to mix everything with everything? Why does Cut Clean have to be triple ores as well?
that's not what I'm saying. I'm saying if you have this, it might be cool if you had the structure game mode too that spawns like structures everywhere,
Okay, maybe.
or I don't know other things.
Structure madness.
Yeah.
Speaking of madness, the next game mode is Universal Sacrifice, which entails that every time a player dies, you get poisoned for half a heart.
I didn't actually
Seems-
think this was terrible.
Group
It
suicide.
seems, as I commented on the post, and I said that there might be like trolls who join the game and just die because they don't care and kind of screw over everybody. But I feel like if maybe this wasn't enabled till PvP or something, it might work better because trolls probably would be less likely to join the game and wait like 20 minutes for PvP just to commit
What are they gonna
suicide.
get, like 19 people and just all jump off a cliff and never done have a heart? Dude, if you
that
can
would be pretty-
organize that, you deserve it.
That would
If
be
it was
amazing.
a really
actually.
big game.
You know, something I feel with this game mode is I feel like it would be much easier to snowball in this because people without like a lot of healing or gold or anything will just get less and less healing as someone gets more and more healing. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I know what you mean.
So that's
think-
kind of what I feel in this game mode.
I just feel like it would not work well in a big game at all. Like,
Yeah, for sure.
I think
You'd
it'd be
find
best in
gold
big
Go
game.
any
really
game on
fast,
R/slash
you're in
Ultra
trouble.
Dude, that'd be great in the big game. You have to
100%
hurry
free
for
throw.
those golden apples and just save them while you're at half a heart hiding like
I
in a
would
corner.
say keep it to 30 or 40.
This
most.
would be an interesting game mode with kill dibs.
Oh
True.
yeah,
You know, I'm really sad that scenario doesn't get hosted anymore because that was like a great scenario. Probably better than Sky High.
I hosted that a couple times actually.
Raven, I invented
Cool
Sky
dude.
High.
No, you didn't. Don't stunt. Just keep taking credit for every game mode I make.
Raven.
I am
Do
allowed
not.
to talk because all you do is take credit for my game mode. That's all you do, AP.
Here we go.
Definitely. Phobia Season 3 was my idea too, MP. Don't even.
okay,
That was
no, we're not
frick.
going there now.
That's
Wait, whose
Rick,
idea was
Raven,
that?
dude, not even
It
attempt.
was mine. Raven's a little poo.
Raven just likes to steal
It's
everyone's
NP's
game
fault. He is Hitler.
modes. It's my fault.
You're the one that makes scenarios I have to steal.
Speaking of scenarios and stealing people, slave market superheroes.
That was actually pretty
That was
good.
okay, I like that one.
That was alright.
I
Give
kind
it a
of
solid
like this.
7.
I like this.
Solid.
give it a-
seven.
I,
give
you
it
wanna
an
know
eight
why I
out of
like this? You wanna know why I like this?
Why did you
Invis
post
Army
a picture
strats.
of a pineapple?
I'm
That's every time.
Yeah,
I'm-
dude, every time. Have you
You
even
really
looked at my
not
Reddit
know
history?
about that, Joey.
I'm just waiting.
Joey,
for one
click
of
on
these
my Reddit
times.
history.
Literally go to MPMG's Reddit history right now. Guaranteed. Every
Okay.
picture, every comment on his front page is a link to a pineapple.
Specifically
Yeah,
ones that are
please
in
don't
r
say
slash ultra
pineapple.
hardcore.
MP,
It
On
is.
r slash ultra hardcore.
alright.
MP, one of these times, someone's going to click that link expecting a pineapple, and you're just going to replace it with a screamer.
It'll be a
I
cucumber.
always do the drop down thing.
He's
'cause
gonna
I don't
get
think
banned.
audio plays from the drop down thing. You know, if you
Okay.
have- Yes.
Okay.
Speaking of drop down.
No,
we should probably talk
we should
about
probably talk about
game
this
mode.
one.
Yeah, let's.
Okay, so
Yeah.
basically it's slave market, but people get random superhero effects like invis or strength or something that you would get from a normal superhero's game, but it's individual. And
Yeah, but
can,
you know what it is before you
Yeah.
bid for them. So
I really
Yeah,
like
so-
this because invis army strats. That's all it is. Basically.
Yeah,
why.
well, see, I don't like slave market in general because I don't feel like it works anymore. Like, it used to work because you'd know a lot of the people in the community, and so you'd know who's like really good and whatnot. You know who to bid on. But now you join a game of 60 people, and like 45 of them you've never seen before. So like, what are you supposed to bid on those people? You know, you don't
I
know.
think the only thing is that I mean, I know it sounds kind of weird saying it like this, but like we don't know a lot of the newer people in the community. Like we haven't talked to them. Like I don't know if that makes sense.
Names are really familiar to me. Like if I play one UHC with one guy in it, I'd probably recognize him again later. Like
yeah, but see,
I
I think the
remember
thing
names
is
pretty
that
Pussy
easily.
Slayer
people,
62.
I think like if you think about it, like some of the people who had quit the community when like we first joined, or like right when Slave Market was first created, if they like came back and played one of the matches, they wouldn't have recognized any of us. I think it's just the same thing, except we don't recognize them.
I liked Slave Market when it wasn't every single captain's game. You see, okay, so this was like before the Slave Market was every single captain's game. X Hockey hosted a Slave Market. I'm like, oh, this was fun. Then X Hockey started hosting captains. I'm like, oh, this is fun. X Hockey's like, hey, PMG, well, you got a good idea for my next game mode? I'm like, hey, why don't you do Slave Market? That's been hosted in a while. He's like, sure. And then every game after that Slave Market, I'm like, what?
Yeah,
I
don't
like
like
Slave Market
Slave
though, because
Market.
army strats.
I don't particularly like captains either for the exact same reason that nowadays you're just not gonna know most of the people. So it's kind of like, who do I pick? Random guy I've never talked to one, or
I
random
go
guy
with
I've
the
never
people
talked
with
to?
HD, YouTube, 1080 and stuff like that. in
I
their
like
name.
XX
80, is that a
HD.
thing now?
I really
Anybody
want
with an
XX HD LP 1080.
I prefer Pussy Slayer 52, dude. You can get like 20 of those guys on your team in army strat.
See, I like Slave Market more than Captains because you don't have to pick people if you don't want to.
Okay, so you know how we always talk about like things that don't work in public games that actually work in recorded rounds now? Why hasn't there been a Slave Market recorded
Okay,
round?
now here's the reason: army strats.
No, because it doesn't matter. Army
But if
strats is
they're-
a
Yeah, but
But
that
here's the
perspective,
thing.
though,
Here's the
it's
thing,
no,
though.
but see the thing is that everyone is like no offense to the community, but like most of them suck. So like there's like in a recorded round, most people are at least decent
Okay,
or know what they're
now
doing
he-
and
now
something.
here's-
You can't do
okay.
army strats because everyone will
Yeah.
bid more than 0 diamonds.
Now,
Yeah,
okay,
that's
now here's
probably
the
true.
thing.
Got a point.
Most of the time, okay, pretend your friend, okay, MPMG is the captain. Now, I know this because the first time I ever army stratted was in a small craft private game, and everyone was at least getting one. Or what? Okay, this was before. I remember when people used to like actually get people for 0 diamonds. Like that was a thing. That
I
was
got
don't
like
even.
an 8-player team, or even more than that, because I
Yeah.
kept bidding first.
But first time ever army strat was a small craft private game, and people most of the time are going for specific people. Like most captains are doing that.
Yeah, normally they're best buds.
Yeah. Yeah, normally like, hey Raven, I want to team with you. I'm gonna.
I
see
don't
some
want
diamonds
to
for
team
you.
with you. You smell like JoeyKin.
I'll fucking wreck you, Raven. I
Alright.
invented slave market.
I didn't invent Slave Market, so it doesn't offend me.
I invented Sky High slave market.
I invented Golden Warriors. That's all I care about now.
Please, no,
I
please
got
stop.
3 downvotes.
I don't care. I voted on all my alts. It's all good.
Speaking of
That's how I got.
downvotes,
That's how I got Shadow Man the Raven.
Speaking of things that need to be burned,
We talking about MP again?
fire.
And Joey? Oh man.
Scenario.
Bye.
It's a
Raven, you're the
double
one who
whammy.
jumped in fucking up.
All right,
No,
all
it's
right.
not my
Spoilers.
fault.
Rio damage or Rayo damage, which is if you take damage, you get lit on fire, but it doesn't work for like if you get hit by fire, it won't like reset your fire.
Oh.
But apparently, this game mode actually already exists. Has happened already. Called like pyrotechnics or
Tomatoes
something.
comment.
I thought
Um,
when you would transition the fire, we were talking about phobia.
no, not.
I didn't.
Well,
I
that'll
didn't
be
look at
soon.
the Google Doc and
That'll
then
be
like
soon.
heard fire.
But yeah, I don't know. This game mode. Apparently, it's already been made, so I don't know.
Oh.
It's
Yeah, apparently
alright.
Left made it already
This
a month
is-
ago.
Cool, I guess.
it's a decent enough game mode. I like it.
Okay.
But like I said, it's been done apparently. It's kind of funny
Now
how
here's the thing: take fall damage, you lose half your health.
that's why you gotta carry around water with you.
Well, at like the
What?
start of
I'm
the
walking through. Oh, I'm falling off my tree. Boom! On 5 the health gun at the start of the game. Should have had the water bucket.
Yeah, I mean, it makes the start of the game scary. Kind of like damage dodgers, which I haven't seen anybody host for a while.
Yeah.
For a
what
while
the
there,
hell?
people used to
Damage
host it
The
all the
reason people stopped hosting Damage Dodgers
'Cause it
Brick
was
was
bad.
because you changed it so that snowballs wouldn't kill people. That's why.
Well,
That's the only
in
reason.
my opinion, that ruined the game.
No.
Dude.
I got
dude.
like 10 kills like
Whoa.
that.
And here's the secret: eggs still work. I forgot to fix that, and I don't think anyone's ever fixed that.
Oh my god.
So-
We're hosting one. Someone.
Uh,
Well, speaking of
Speaking of
fire-
hosting,
Oh, all right.
okay.
Recorded rounds.
Okay, let's do it first. Let's start. There's going to be spoilers.
Yep, spoilers for
You
the
can just
upcoming,
end the podcast
not
right here if you're
upcoming,
not-
but
no,
the
yeah.
recorded rounds that we're about to discuss. If you have not watched the latest episodes
That's
or
just AP and phobia.
whatever,
Yeah, it's just.
So Brick, why do you hate JoeyKin?
well, there's a specific reason why I hate JoeyKin. And you see this guy, he does this thing in UHC recorded rounds, and it's called cleaning up. It's basically where
It's called being Australian.
yeah, and I don't know. I think you X-rayed. I think your perspective is I think you edited it. I think you X-rayed.
Edited out the
We're on
X-ray.
AP
I
now.
say we'll remove him from the.
That's like the
yeah.
luckiest I've been in ages.
Put him on the U-Bool. So if you don't know what happened,
Kill?
well, if you don't know what happened and you're still watching this because you don't care about spoilers or whatever,
We can start with phobia.
me and Bag killed a team, and then after that, Zarky and Irene came up to us, and we fought them. And then while we're fighting them, good old JoeyKin over here and his teammates come over and kind of backstab my little buddy Bag, kill him, and then I just kind of ran away, and then I later died. Yeah, that was
You know what I hate? Lava holes. Those are stupid.
All right,
Like
we'll get to that
Raven?
discussion in a second.
Oh!
But
I'm
I
a
actually,
lava hole.
I wanted, if you haven't watched that new episode 3 or episode 4 of Urias Pupilum season 5, there is a shit ton of action and like a lot of the perspectives. So I'd recommend it. I mean, I already kind of spoiled some of the deaths, but
Let's see. Should I watch Bag?
Yeah, there is a lot of
JoeyKin,
action.
Jake, Zarky, or Irene?
I mean
All
that's
of them?
just the one fight. Like there's more fights that go on throughout the episode through multiple teams.
Oh
Yeah.
man, episode 4 sounds intense.
Yeah.
Can
Yeah,
I
it's a
point
pretty
out
good episode.
Tommy Best PvE version 2?
Yeah, I saw that. That was fucking hilarious.
I really hope he dies to PvE in another word.
What happened this time?
Blew up.
Really?
They were going down a ravine.
That was last episode though, I think. Not in episode 4, but yeah.
Poor Tommy.
Well,
Well,
it's
it's-
phobia as
bitch.
well. Raven, you fucking died on us, you
I
piece
was
of shit.
stupid.
Raven. Raven, you're stupid.
Okay, if anyone saw my death, there was no way it should have burned that long.
Yes, it should have!
Lava always does
That's
that.
the way lava works, Raven! I told you it wouldn't. I told you it wouldn't. I was kind of lying. But
You know, the sad thing is had I had the gold smelted, I could have made a golden apple right there and healed up while I was taking damage and I
But
wouldn't
you
have died.
didn't.
now
and
here's
you
your
became-
problem, Raven. Jumping in lava.
You know what your problem is? Being bad at UHC.
Well, you
Raven,
became my
Raven.
Thanksgiving dinner.
At least, Raven, you're the person who is dying before that person. I have one more recorded rounds than you, Raven. You are so bad that you're worse than MPMG. That's how bad you are, Raven.
You won a season of ambition where you got pots. That does
That's
not.
not-
You can't even get pots.
All right,
Stop.
this whole episode's just been bickering between these two.
Okay.
Dude,
So
that was
Raven, how
last
does it feel
episode,
to?
I
be on
almost killed
stats?
them with pots.
I'm kicking someone from
first step.
phobia. I'm gonna kick MPMG 781. Hold up.
Wouldn't be fucking with me, Raven.
Actually, poor little Speedo actually blew up in the same episode too.
Yeah, no one
Pretty
noticed.
unexpected.
Oh yeah, that happened.
Raven and Speedo stay together.
I just
forever.
removed someone from the
Can I
phobia
just
chat.
point out, at the end of my episode, I have 21 levels and a level 30 enchant set up.
Oh,
Oh,
well, wonder what
that.
that could lead to.
We'll see what you guys can watch the next one and see what happens with that.
Oh, ho,
Any
ho.
cool things happen to you, Brick?
No, not really. Me and well, actually, my team, we're actually in episode 3. We're just like surrounded by mobs. Like we spend this whole night just killing mobs, and it's pretty cray.
The phobia season.
Mob rates aren't
Raven,
increased,
the
though.
one smart thing you did was run into a hole. I didn't think you'd be
Ye-
smart enough to run into a hole and block yourself off, but you did.
I know, and then you were really mad at me because you couldn't find my stuff. I'm like, look for two
Yeah, I'm
pieces
like,
of cobblestone.
no way is
dipwad.
Raven actually smart enough to block himself up, and you did. I'll give you that one.
Yeah, I didn't want my stuff to burn. I was looking out for you guys, and then you're like,
Yeah,
I don't know where you are.
Thanks,
Why'd
yeah,
you dig
yeah,
in?
I'll give you that one now. Like, I'll give you
Wait.
that one
Yeah,
now.
dude, that's
Has
all your
anyone-
fault, dude. You suck.
Has anyone had the guts to go to the Nether yet?
You
in
can't.
Phobia season
Dude,
3?
I was
Yeah,
okay.
okay.
I don't think
I
so.
Can't
ain't
get
gonna say.
pots.
I ain't gonna say anything.
Because
Yeah.
there's no water.
Like
So,
the
it's
only
not-
the only reason I can see to go to the Nether is for XP.
Yeah, people
Or
go
actually,
for
the nether
XP or-
fortresses, the
yeah,
the
chest.
stuff
Oh, yeah, that
inside
too.
them, you can get like gold and diamonds and stuff without ever
You
mining.
can get a
them.
lot
yeah.
of diamonds.
Also, you can kill gas for gold, but good luck.
But yeah, I don't believe as of episode 3 there's anyone going there. So, yeah,
Alright.
there's that.
I think
Oh,
that's
Anyway.
that's
I
it.
think that's the end of the
guys.
podcast, guys.
I guess so, kiddos.
Remember when we used to have question time at this point?
Oh, you know what?
Shut
Okay, someone make a Google Doc for
Raven, you
more
fucking do it.
questions, and we can do that.
Raven, you
We are
fucking
going to
make
do a
it.
question
Yeah.
time.
I do not do podcast anymore.
Okay, Raven is
I'm
no longer.
replacing Raven.
I'm. Yeah.
No,
Me and JoeyKin
Joey.
are now organizing the podcast.
No.
If you're replacing Raven, can I get in his team speak?
Yes.
Yep.
I hate
Okay.
JoeyKin.
Wouldn't it be MP's team speak if he's Raven's being replaced?
Yep.
Oh man.
MP seems speak now.
Oh man.
Are you
Raven.
kidding me right now?
Oh gosh.
Raven's taking so
Oh,
much of me.
Raven, I had the idea to make your team speak.
No, you. MP, you might want to look at the phobia chat because someone got removed and I'm not gonna name names, but his name is MPMG681.
I don't see
I'm
why
not
Raven
gonna
has the
name names,
permission.
but his name is MPMG. I hate when people do that so much. You're like,
I bet
I'm
it
not
was
gonna say
MP's
anything,
idea
but
as
here's
well.
anything.
I
You
was
don't
the
say
first
it's
one on
because
Raven's
it
team
was
speak.
being suck.
I'm
That's
not
his
gonna
idea.
tell you who won Phobia Season 3, but it was Mr.
It wasn't
Raven.
Mr. Team Raven.
I'm not gonna say who died in Phobia, but it was Mr. Team Raven. Just like, why do you
No,
do that?
MPMG, you got pots in Ambition Season 1. Who does that? Bad people like Dibscraft.
And I killed him
And
with
Shadow
while he
Lego.
had pots.
Hey,
Okay, yeah, I'll
was
give you that
only
one, JoeyKin.
season.
Good job.
But then Shadow Lego came and like shot me or something. That
Wait,
was
he
pretty.
came.
Okay, you gotta admit, in Phobia Season 2, MP's potions were pretty amazing.
That was pretty fucking Raven.
Okay,
Raven
You know
getting
what? I
insane
hate
for that.
MPMG and JoeyKin. And actually, you know what? While we're here, let's just throw in YJ, Shadow, and Brick.
Raven, I had the original idea
Love you
to
too,
hate
Raven.
JoeyKin.
Wait, what'd you say, MP?
I had the original idea to hate JoeyKin.
Just
I'm done with you, MP. I'm removing you from something. I don't know what yet, but I'll decide. We're in a bunch of groups together. It could be anything.
1v1
I get to
me,
decide.
Raven. 1v1 me, Raven.
Anyway, okay. Let's wrap this up, guys.
Okay.
Alright.
Thank
Goodbye,
you for
guys.
having me
I'm
on the
going to quickly
podcast. I had
be
a lot of
here.
fun.
And me as well. It was
Yeah,
it was a good time.
yeah. Hope you.
Also,
go.
fun fact: Brick was in the original podcast group. Like
That
Yeah.
was
12
2 months
ago or
before
whatever.
the first one was recorded.
Yeah, it was.
And the
what?
last time you tried to have me, I was in school.
No, I've invited JoeyKin like 4 times to be in the podcast. He's denied every time because he's too elitist.
What? No, I didn't. I
Yes,
wanted
that's
to be
completely
in
true.
it.
Everyone
Elitist
go
piece
hate
of
on his
shit,
channel.
JoeyKin.
What else is elite?
You
It's
messaged
these-
me while I was in school. You want me to
And
do
he
it
did not-
there?
He said, no, I'm too busy hanging with my mates. And said elitism. And then I'm like, oh, okay.
What?
Yep.
Too busy hanging with my mates. That is the most
He was the-
obvious attempt at pretending to be Australian ever.
Yep. So everyone go hate on JoeyKin Gaming specifically.
Alright.
Okay.
Denies everything because he's elitist.
At least he lets me in TeamSpeaks.
Fucking wrecked.
He hasn't let you in a team speak yet. How can?
I'm sorry. That
Shadow
wasn't-
Lego, you're now permitted to go in the UHC.
I was the
team
first
speak.
one to think of not letting
Yeah.
Shadow in the team speak.
Oh my god, kiddos.
I'm older than you, Raven.
I'm older than
Alright.
all of you.
1v1
We said we were
me.
gonna end this like 5 minutes ago.
Oh,
Okay.
Christmas can't.
Bye, everyone.
Goodbye,
Fighting all the
guys.
time.
I hope
Alright.
you enjoyed
Let's
this
wrap
one.
this up like a Jewish Christmas. Bye.
Alright, I think
doesn't
we
Do
could
the
have
Jewish have Christmas?
Exactly. That's the point. We should just end it. Because there's no.